Hello, this is a brief information video to support students and their parents, guardians, and caregivers in completing and submitting a Central Student Interest Program online application. The application window opens on November the 6th, 2023, and will run until Friday, November the 24th at 4 p.m. The application link can be found on the Central Student Interest Program website, tdsb.on.ca/CSIP. This is the website, which has all the information about the variety of different program choices that are available. In the green box that's on the website where it says application form opens, this is where the live link will be found at some point during the day on November the 6th. Clicking on that link will first ask you to create an enrollment account for the TDSB Power School Enrollment Portal. If you have already registered your child using an online registration form, or have already applied to a Central Student Interest Program or a school through out-of-area admissions using an online platform, you will already have an account. And you can sign in with the email address that you used. There is a prompt if you've forgotten your password, but you can sign right in. If you have not yet created an account, you can do so by choosing Create Account. You can create a couple of security questions to help you with your information. And this account should be created by an adult family member. So again, either the parent, the guardian, or caregiver should be creating this account. You can submit multiple applications for multiple children within your family. There we go. So in your password, you must have at least two types of characters, so letters and numbers. And you can set some security questions to prompt you in case you forget some of the information and need to reactivate your account. You have to affirm that you are 13 years of age or older, which is just a requirement for any online forms. But again, we are asking that it is parent, guardians, or caregivers who are creating the overall account. You'll then be prompted to add the student. So we're going to be entering in our student, so student test, and the date of birth. Please notice, so I've got a block there, month, day, and then the 4 digits of the year. So we have a student test who's going to be applying for grade 9 and was born in 2010, January the 23rd. So that will then take you directly into the application. So again, the Central Student Interest Program application for 2024-2025. There's some important information before you head into the application. Again, if you wish to refer to the policy, again, asking to make sure that before you finally submit your application, that you have hopefully attended the open house and are confident that this is a program that the applying child, in this case, student test, is very interested in attending, and if accepted into the program, will be attending. As part of this year's application, each applicant is asked to include an expression of interest. And so this is some way that the applicant is demonstrating that they are interested in applying for the specific Central Student Interest Program of their application. You can either be an uploaded file, and the formats are listed there, or applicants may include a link to a shared document. It must be shared and accessible so that it can be viewed by the submission team. Okay, so we'll walk through the different stages, and again, it reminds you of some of the different pieces. I'm going to mention it now, and I will mention it at the end of the video, that once you finally do submit your application, you will receive a confirmation email from this Power School email address. Please confirm that you do receive this email. If it's not in your general inbox, please make sure you check your spam or your junk email. This is the email where all of the results will be coming from. If for some reason you cannot find this email in your inbox or in your spam or in your junk mail, if you're a current TDSB student, please contact your current TDSB school so they can ensure that you've entered in your email address correctly in the application. And if you're a non-TDSB applicant, you can contact us at the Central Student Interest Program Office, CSIP, at tdsb.on.ca. So it is important to make sure that, again, once you've finally submitted, that you do receive this confirmation. So we'll head into the application. It should be noted that we do have the Google Translate function available in every page of the application. So if you wish to have the application appear in a different language, you can use the Google Translate function. As well, there are additional help resources that are available. Up in the top corner, my initials, mother, test are available. And this is where you can save your application and then come back to it at another time if you need to complete it, if you're not completing the application all in one sitting. Really want to point out, this is not a first come, first serve application. There is no rush in submitting the application. Please take your time. Make sure that you have everything in the application that you need and that you've made the appropriate choices for your child and what they're interested in. The deadline, again, is Friday, November the 24th at 4 p.m. So it's already pre-filled. My student's name, student test, doesn't have a middle name. We're going to identify the gender of my child, and I'm going to provide my home address. Again, this is important that this is where the applicant is currently residing. If you own a property in Toronto but are not living there and there are tenants are there, you cannot use this address to claim residency within Toronto. You must be applying based on your current address. If you're a TDSB student and your current TDSB school does not have your current address on record, it's important that you update your address with your school by providing them with documentation. The two addresses, the one that's in the school information system at your school and the one in the application, need to match. So we're going to enter in our address of residence. Picked a random address to include in here. You'll be asked, is this a single family home or is this a multi-tenant complex? So there is an apartment here. So I'll say, yes, it's a multi-tenant, stating what the actual apartment unit type might be. And then we will validate the address. Okay, so it verifies and makes sure that the address makes sense, all the pieces are fitting, that got the right postal code, the right city, and that the address is verified, and we're prompted to click next. Applicants will then be asked to identify whether or not the applicant is, if student is currently attending a TDSB school. If they are, you will be required to provide the student number for your student. If you're not aware of what your child's student number is, or if they don't know what it is, again, it's a 9-digit code that starts with a 3. Please contact your current school. This is a required field in the application. Student is applying for current grade is in grade 8. They're applying it for grade 9. And then from the drop-down menu, you can choose and identify the current school that your child is attending. If your child is not a TDSB student, again, you will enter in the grade and identify the school. So now is where we go into our choices for the programs that we are going to be applying for. And so again, hopefully waiting until after you have attended open houses and are sure about the program and the program location that you're interested in applying for. Student test is applying for grade 9. And on the application, you can include, well, you must include your primary choice, so where it is that is your choice in attending and as a Central Student Interest Program, but you can also include an alternate choice. It's important to note that alternate choices will only be looked at and considered after all of the primary applicants for that program have been offered placement from within the City of Toronto. So again, if your alternate choice is one that is very highly in demand and has a lot of primary applications, the alternate applications we will not get to those. So again, this is where we have space after all of the primary applicants have been considered. So student is looking to apply to an arts-focused school. I need to then choose the school choice. You'll notice there are elementary options, but I can't choose an elementary option because I'm applying for grade 9, and it tells me that. Please make sure you're picking a school that has a grade 9 program. You will notice that some of the programs are accepting applications in grades other than grade 9. That's the secondary level. And at the elementary level, there may be grade ranges, or there may be a single entry grade. So there has to be a match in terms of what the program is open for. And so for my first choice and my primary choice, I'm going to be applying to Wexford. And Wexford is one of the schools that does have focus choices. So in some programs, you have to further specify which type of program you're interested in applying for at a particular school. Some of our schools, that is not the case. So if I were looking to apply to the Art Center at Central Technical School, which is a visual arts focus program, there is no particular focus that needs to be included. Just so I can demonstrate different parts of the application, I'm going to apply to a different type of program for my second choice. So they don't both have to be the same type of program. You can apply, for example, the Wexford scenario, student could use the alternate choice for the other program that was available at Wexford. There are currently 20 math, science, and technology programs. They are all secondary programs, and they are all grade 9 entry only. And so I can choose a program, again, that may be close to where I live and is the best fit in terms of the programming that is available. Again, reminded that the alternate choice will only be considered after all primary applications have been considered. Additionally, if a student is selected for their primary choice, they will not be considered for their alternate choice. We ask for voluntary completion of the section on demographic information. Again, this information is used to assign priority seats, to understand future priority seats, and to further our procedures as it comes to student interest programs and schools in the TDSB. Students who are First Nation, Métis, and Inuit, so Indigenous to Canada, will be placed in their primary program choice. So if an applicant is a First Nation, Métis, or Inuit, you can click yes. We will recognize students from communities that have been underserved and are underrepresented within our Central Student Interest programs. And so looking at your child's identity as to whether they identify as Black, Latino, Latina, Latinx, Middle Eastern, could be more than one. Additionally, a racial group that's not listed, or you may opt to not answer the question. But again, all of the information on this page is voluntary. As I mentioned earlier in the video, every applicant is expected to include an expression of interest. As we want to ensure that we are able to access those expressions of interest, we are asking for the direct email address of the applicant. If it is a TDSB student, we are asking for the TDSB email. And again, just for confirmation to make sure that we haven't made a spelling error or a typing error. Okay, so we have that email address so that if there's an issue, especially with shared documents, that central staff can contact the student directly and support them in providing access to the shared document. Of course, we can upload documents. There's my expression of interest that I have saved. Okay, and I'm going to upload that. All right, and it shows that there it is, that the document has been uploaded. If by mistake you've chosen the wrong document, you can delete it and upload a different document. If you are sharing an audio or a video file, or if it is a shareable Google document or something on the Google platform, you can, instead of uploading, you can check this box and you can post the link to your document or to your expression of interest, your video file, your audio file. And again, applicants are asked to ensure that the file has been properly shared. For Google, the language is about anyone with the link can view the file, and you can just copy and paste the link to your expression of interest. So then there is a specific page for each of the specific types of programs that an applicant may have selected. So for the arts program, and this is for the student, again, to complete, and it's important that students are a part of the application process, that the applicant is certifying that the expression of interest was completed by the student and contains only original work. The student and the applicant are confirming that they are interested in applying to the program and agree to the submission of this application. Also, an understanding that should a student be placed in a central student interest program and choose to not continue and follow the courses that are outlined as part of the program, that they will be expected to return to their designated school by address. And then the student can submit, choose the date, and then we can move on to the math, science, and technology. In our math, science, and technology programs, we have a commitment to assigning 50% of seats to students who are identifying as female. So again, you do have the choice to not answer, but again, the identity of your applicant, in this case, student is a female and identifies as female, and will be considered for those 50% seats for our female applicants. Again, certifying that the expression of interest was generated by the student, that the student is interested. All those confirmation pieces are the same. For some types of programs, it is actually, there are different questions where there are certain criteria, like the International Baccalaureate program and the Integrated Technology program, where students are expected to read some additional documentation and confirm that they've read that, they understood they understand what the program is about, and that they are consenting to the application. Parent, guardian, caregiver information. So this is where the parent guardian puts their information, and this is the information that will be used to contact the parent guardian around the results of the random selection process. So it's very important, again, that we've got the correct email address as a spot to confirm it. And that, again, it's important that the parent guardian is working alongside the student to make sure that they have the correct email address here. And again, this is why it's particularly important that you ensure that you receive your confirmation email, because then you know that this all-important line has been entered in correctly. Lastly, there's an acknowledgement and a confirmation, and so it's just important. I'm just going to quickly review through a few of these pieces. Again, the application has been completed and submitted by a parent, guardian, or caregiver. If there are parents, guardians, and caregivers with shared decision-making responsibilities that both agree to completing this form and also are in agreement before accepting or declining offers. It's also expected that parents, guardians, and caregivers have spoken with their child before completing the form, that the applicants themselves are interested in applying and agree with the submission of the application, as already certified that the applicant themselves has completed their expression of interest. And so confirming that these things are true and accurate. Here is a quick status update for your application. So again, if you are not completing your application in one sitting, it might show that something is missing with a red X instead of a green check mark, and you can go back to complete any fields that may be missing. Again, a reminder that you can share your work along the way by clicking on your initials in the upper right-hand corner when you save and sign out. The next time you sign into your account, you can continue on the application that you have already started. You don't need to start a new application. Once you have confirmed that everything is complete and that you're confident with the information and the choice or choices that you've included in the application, you can submit. Again, you have an opportunity once it's been submitted to either print a copy of your completed form. So if I click on this, it generates a PDF of the application, which you can print or you can just save for your own records. So that is a nice piece to confirm all of your information that has been submitted to the system. Again, if you need to make any adjustments, you cannot go in and change the application yourself once it has been submitted. If your applicant is a current TDSB student, small changes can be made through the current school, and non-TDSB students can contact our central office at csip@tdsb.on.ca or by phone to request specific changes. If you are emailing or phoning to request a change, please make sure that you provide all of the information that we need to be able to make the update on your behalf. Please note that both for the current school and in the central office, we will require the request for change in writing. So through the email. So if you contact your current school, you will still be asked to provide the details of the change that you're requesting in writing. We do have an application feedback survey. So if you have any feedback on the application or on the way that you've accessed information from the TDSB, you're invited to complete the feedback survey. The link for this survey will also be in that confirmation email that you receive. And again, reminding you that you should be checking for it from the PowerSchool address. Again, make sure that you're checking for that email confirmation. And there's a link where you can automatically create a second application if you have another child applying for a Central Student Interest Program. Each individual can only submit one application for a Central Student Interest Program. And that takes you through all of the steps and stages as it pertains to the completion of your Central Student Interest Program application. And we're excited to have students with interest and passion pursuing those dreams in a Central Student Interest Program in the TDSB. Thank you.